Live on the campus of Redondo Union High School. We're just about set to tip it off between the defending CIF Division III champion St. John Bosco Braves and the Palos Verdes Sea Kings. Chris Sylvester here with you tonight on the SJB Broadcast Network. Hope you are all having a pleasant good evening wherever you may be. St. John Bosco, their first game of the season. They came into the season the 10th ranked team according to Max Prep's excellent rankings. This is the final game of the night here of the 2013 Pac Shores tournament. This tournament loaded with teams such as Pacific Hills, Calabasas, Mayfair, Redondo Union, Lawndale, Palos Verdes, Morningside, St. John Bosco, Long Beach Poly, Rolling Hills Prep. The list goes on and on. But we should have a good one tonight as the number 10 team in the nation just about set to tip it off. It's St. John Bosco's Billy Preston winning the tip, and Tyler Dorsey, the top-ranked point guard, passes to Daniel Hamilton for three, and he hits it. Daniel Hamilton, the UConn commit, gets the Braves off to a hot start here as he nails a three. Quickly come the Palos Verdes Sea Kings, and that's number 11, Connor McKeevy, and he stepped on the end line. Give the ball back to St. John Bosco. A turnover early for Palos Verdes, a team that probably doesn't have all that much of a chance in this game. You can't be turning over the rock this early. Vance Jackson with the ball, passes back to Hamilton. Hamilton hesitates back to Jackson. Jackson tries a three, and Jackson hits a three. 2 threes on 2 possessions for Bosco. They're off to a quick start. Quickly back comes Palos Verdes. That's Tyler Cullen in the lane, and he doesn't even hit rim. Rebound Billy Preston. In transition come the Braves. It's Dorsey to the bucket. Dorsey up and under, can't get it. Offensive rebound, fought for down low, and we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow points the way of Palos Verdes, and the Sea Kings will get the ball back. St. John Bosco, like I said, comes into the game, the 10th ranked team in the nation. They are in the Trinity League, one of the most competitive leagues as far as high school basketball goes in the nation. Of course, modern day, year in and year out, one of the best teams in the nation, and it's always tough for a St. John Bosco team, even with this much talent, to compete with the likes of Coach McKnight's squad over at Modern Day High School. But a lot of people around St. John Bosco believe this is the year. 6-0 the Braves lead, 6:58 here left to go, first quarter, just getting it started here. It's going to be a 3 attempt by Connor McKeevy, and McKeevy hits it, so quickly on the board is Palos Verdes on their third offensive possession. The Braves come back. Hamilton tries a 3. It's no good. Offensive rebound from Jackson. Jackson down low to Hamilton. Hamilton to Preston, and Preston is fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line for 2. Tyler Cullen, the senior guard for the Sea Kings. He's going to be crucial if Palos Verdes wants to get back into the picture in the Bay Basketball League. Last year, like I said, they went 0-10 in league play, 7-20 overall. It was a tough year for Coach Greg Knight. He's now in his 4th year as the Sea Kings head coach. Of course, on the other side, Derek Taylor in his 3rd year for St. John Bosco. Preston at the line, and he'll drain the first one. 7-3, 6:36 left to go. First quarter, St. John Bosco out in front early over the Palos Verdes Sea Kings. And the second one from Preston, no good. Offensive rebound, Dorsey. Dorsey goes back up, and he can't get it. Rebound from Redondo Union, but they turn it over, and Daniel Hamilton slams it in with one hand on the other end. It's 9-3 Bosco. Quickly back comes Palos Verdes. Top of the key, it's Tyler Cullen. Wide open in the corner is Jake Peterson. He misses. He gets his own rebound. And a good job of Peterson as he tried to put it back up, but he was fouled by Rodney Henderson, his first. First team foul for St. John Bosco. 6:15 left to go first quarter. 9-3 the Braves lead. Daniel Hamilton with a one-handed jam on the other end for St. John Bosco. He's going to be key for the Braves this year as Peterson drains the first free throw. Second one from Peterson is a clank off the backboard, and it wouldn't have mattered anyways because it was a line violation. So It'll be Palos Verdes shooting another free throw here. Tell him to go to the link one more time. 6:15 left to go. First quarter, 9-4. Bosco out to an early lead. Peterson initially missed the second free throw, then a lane violation on St. John Bosco. Let him get another one, and Peterson drains 2 at the line. It's 9-5. The Braves out in front here early. 6:08 left to go. First quarter. Dorsey with the ball. Corner to Hamilton. Dorsey over to Jackson. Jackson inside, and Hamilton's going to lay it in with the right hand. Billy Preston, credit him on the assist. Daniel Hamilton early has 7 points, and looks like the Sea Kings are going to turn it over here. In transition come the Braves. Jackson at the top of the key, back to Dorsey. Dorsey scanning, and it's an alley-oop to Hamilton. Couldn't get the initial slam dunk, but he's going to tip it in with the right hand. Daniel Hamilton racking up points early here for the Braves. He has 9 of their 13. 13-5, St. John Bosco. 5:30 left to go. First quarter here from Redondo Union High School. It's the Pack Shores tournament. In the lane driving is Connor McKeevy with the runner. He can't get it. Quickly come the Braves once again. Billy Preston down low. Passes to Jackson. Jackson a floater, no good. Offensive rebound. Dorsey puts it back up. Doesn't get the roll, but he'll go to the line for 2. Tyler Dorsey, of course, the star junior point guard for the Braves. He has offers from just about everywhere at the Division I level. He transferred to St. John Bosco after his freshman year. There was some talk in the offseason that he might leave St. John Bosco, but sure enough, he stayed. And thank goodness for the Braves coaching staff, is Tyler Dorsey certainly a special talent and somebody that's going to be very key for St. John Bosco if they want to make a run at the Trinity League. Dorsey makes the first one, misses the second, but it'll go out of bounds on the Braves as they tried to corral the offensive rebound. So give it back to Palos Verdes. 5:13 left to go. First quarter, 14-5. The Braves off to a hot start against the Sea Kings of Palos Verdes High School. The Braves are going to force some pressure here in the backcourt. Bringing it up is McKeevy on Daniel Hamilton. McKeevy to the corner. Ostrom controls the basketball. McKeevy is going to pass it down low, but it's stolen away. That's Brian Enriquez, the transfer from Hesperia, now into the game for the Braves. Here they are in transition once again. Rodney Henderson, a wide open look from 3 to go. Rims out. Rebound to Palos Verdes High School. Jake Peterson with the basketball. He has 2 points here for the Sea Kings early. The pass to McKee is going to go top of the key to Will Yoon. The small point guard stands at about 5'10" for the Sea Kings. Braves definitely have the advantage height-wise. McKee into the hole. No good. Rebound for St. John Bosco. Billy Preston pulls down his second rebound of the game. Here comes Dorsey. Full head of steam to the basket, and he puts it in with the left hand. Time out for the Sea Kings. So you want to talk about a quick start. St. John Bosco off to one here at Redondo Union High School. 4:16 left to go. First quarter, 16-5, the Braves lead. Daniel Hamilton, 9 points for St. John Bosco. Tyler Dorsey has chipped in 4. The timeout here by Greg Knight. Like I said, it's 16-5. The Braves lead. If Palos Verdes, and they knew this from the start, if Palos Verdes wanted a chance in this game, they'd have to slow the Braves down in transition. Haven't been able to do that. The Braves have forced 5 turnovers already. And Coach Greg Knight looking very panicked on the Sea Kings sideline here. His team down 16-5, 4:16 left to go, first quarter. The Braves currently have on the floor Tyler Dorsey, Brian Enriquez, Billy Preston, Vance Jackson, and Daniel Hamilton. Bringing it up for the Sea Kings is Will Yoon out of the timeout. Corner pass to McKeevy. It's going to be Peterson from the top of the key, passing it back to McKeevy. McKeevy back to Peterson. Peterson in the lane. Finds McKeevy. McKeevy tries a 3, but it's blocked by Enriquez. And back come the Braves in transition again. They have a 5-on-4 before Daniel Hamilton is fouled, a reach-in foul. And it'll be Bosco ball out of bounds. That's the second foul on the Sea Kings. They have already burned one of their timeouts. 3:54 left to go here. 16-5, the Braves lead. Jackson inbounds to Tyler Dorsey at the top of the key. Dorsey back to Jackson. Jackson, of course, transferred in just this past September from Pasadena LaSalle High School. Hamilton finds Jackson. His foot was on the line, and he just clanks a two-pointer. No good. Offensive rebound. Billy Preston puts it back up. That's no good. Rebound fought for by Dorsey, but it's going to be out of bounds, and the ball back to the Sea Kings here. 3:31 left to go first quarter. 16-5. The Braves off to a hot start. Will Yoon brings it up for Palos Verdes. Top of the key, almost a steal that time. McKeevy has the basketball for the Sea Kings. 20 to shoot. Yoon in the lane. Yoon driving. Yoon passes to Nick Ball, but the ball fumbled out of bounds by Ball. And the Braves will get it back here. 3:12 left to go. They lead 16-5. Dorsey brings it up for St. John Bosco. In the backcourt with him is Brian Enriquez. It's the great job Derek Taylor's done of recruiting these guys and getting them to transfer from other local high schools and conforming this team into one as Daniel Hamilton gets the floater in the lane. It's 18-5 St. John Bosco. Hamilton's had quite the game. The runner this time from Jake Peterson's no good, and back come the Braves in transition. Hamilton, the lob to Dorsey, and Dorsey jams it in with two hands. Showtime early here at Redondo Union. Back come the Braves after another steal. Hamilton pulls up for three. No good. Offensive rebound, Dorsey. Dorsey puts it back up with the right. He can't get it to go. Rebound from Nick Ball, and Palos Verdes gets it back. A couple of highlight reel dunks here early for the Braves. It's McKeevy in the corner. He launches a three. No good. Rebound for Billy Preston. In transition once again, it's Daniel Hamilton, a floater. No good, gets his own rebound. No good again, gets his own rebound again before he loses it. And Will Yoon picks it up, and Daniel Hamilton commits a foul. Second team foul on the Braves. 2:07 left to go first quarter. St. John Bosco 20-5. As it appears St. John Bosco about to make a substitution. Joseph Tate is going to come in to the game for Daniel Hamilton, who so far has 11 points for St. John Bosco, the UConn commit, the senior this year, one of the captains for Coach Taylor's squad. Palos Verdes basketball here on the offensive side. It's McKeevy with the basketball. Pass to Blake Goldstein, and he launches a three. It doesn't even hit the rim. Offensive rebound by Miles Cologne. Miles Cologne to McKeevy. He tries a three, and McKeevy is short. Rebound for Joseph Tate into the game. Another transfer for St. John Bosco. It's Billy Preston down low, up and under, but he traveled with it. Just the second turnover for St. John Bosco. 1:39 left to go first quarter. 20-5 the Braves lead. Stellar effort on the defensive side so far for St. John Bosco. Rodney Henderson, who started the game for the Braves, getting set to check back in at the scores table. In the corner is Goldstein. Goldstein top of the key to Sean Ostrom. Into the corner, Goldstein, and he travels. Give the ball back to St. John Bosco as Rodney Henderson will enter here for Billy Preston. The big man for the Braves is going to get a breather. Preston playing hard in the paint for St. John Bosco. Is their big guy, their big forward this year in the paint. Darian Williams was the guy last year. He graduated. He's off at prep school. Dorsey pulls up and can't hit the jumper. It's going to be out of bounds. Brian Enriquez tried to save it, but he couldn't. Tyler Dorsey, that's the type of player he's going to be when Daniel Hamilton's not in the game. He's going to try to control the tempo of the offense. Had a good look at the jumper there. Shot was just off. Give the ball back here to Redondo Union. And the three in the corner from McKeevy is no good. Rebound offensively for Palos Verdes. Palos Verdes kicks it out to Ball. It's going to be Blake Goldstein. And it rims out for three for Goldstein. Back in transition come the Braves. It's Tyler Dorsey with a full head of steam. Pass out to Joseph Tate. A wide open look for three. He couldn't get it. Rebound for Blake Goldstein. And now the Sea Kings want to run. Down the lane goes Connor McKeevy, and he lays it in. So finally, the Sea Kings getting some late points here in the first quarter. They trail 20-7. Shot clock turned off. 14 seconds left to go. The Braves will get the final shot here in the first quarter. They lead 20-7. 6 seconds left to go. Tyler Dorsey with the ball. Dorsey looks like he's just going to keep it here. He takes the three. He's fouled with .1 on the shot clock. The shot was no good, so Dorsey will get 3 points at the line. And right there, number 34, Miles Cologne committing the foul. That's something you just can't do. If Tyler Dorsey is going to take a deep three like that, you might as well let him have it instead of letting him get 3 free shots at the line, which is he's getting here with .1, literally .1 left on the clock here in the first quarter, and Dorsey nails the first free throw. Dorsey so far tonight 5 points after that first free throw. He's got 2 more coming up here. Second free throw from Tyler is up and good. 22-7. St. John Bosco and Coach Taylor off to the start that they wanted. As the third free throw from Dorsey is good. Redondo Union High School is where we have the first quarter end. It's 23-7. The St. John Bosco Braves have the lead here over the Palos Verdes Sea King. Daniel Hamilton lit it up for the Braves in the first quarter, had 11 points. Tyler Dorsey chipped in 7 for St. John Bosco. Those are going to be the 2 key cognates for the Braves this year if they want to win another CIF title. Of course, last year St. John Bosco placing second in the ultra-competitive Trinity League behind the modern-day Monarchs, who went on to win another state championship. But St. John Bosco last year defeating Chaminade at the Anaheim Convention Center in the CIF Division III championship game. That was a blowout down at the Convention Center. St. John Bosco beating a pretty good Chaminade team that has a couple of Division I prospects down low. But this year, St. John Bosco certainly looking to not only win a CIF title, but also make a run at the state championship as well. If you remember last year, unfortunately for the Braves, their season ended in dismay when Long Beach Poly beat them on a putback at the buzzer. 61-59, I believe, was the final. That game was played at Cerritos College. It's one of the best high school basketball games you'll ever see, involving 2 of the top high school programs in Southern California in St. John Bosco and Long Beach Poly. We're getting set here to start the second quarter. The Braves lead 23-7. Of course, in high school basketball, 4 8-minute quarters. As we have Burl Lee, our stat man tonight, giving us the stats from the first quarter. The Braves shot 42% from the field. A lot of putbacks, which probably shows that number. Daniel Hamilton's going to travel. The third turnover for the Braves here. A rare mistake from the superstar, Daniel Hamilton, for St. John Bosco. We all know Isaac Hamilton graduated his older brother last year, as the inside look and a basket good here from Sean Ostrom. So the Sea Kings get the scoring started here in the second quarter. I'm sure at halftime we'll touch on what happened with Isaac Hamilton over the course of the offseason. He's now at UCLA. It's Billy Preston here for St. John Bosco, pulling up and hitting the jumper. Tough jumper in the face of Sean Ostrom, but the big man for St. John Bosco gets it to go. 25-9 the Braves lead. 7:10 left to go second quarter. William Yoon is the point guard for Palos Verdes. He has the ball up top. Pass to Jake Peterson, trying to drive inside. Back to McKeevy. McKeevy to the corner. That's Miles Cologne with the basketball. Cologne is blocked at the other end by Vance Jackson, and here come the Braves. They have a 4-on-3. Hamilton down low. Jackson, easy layup, but he missed it. Offensive rebound, Preston, and he gets the easy bucket to go. 27-9 the Braves lead. Billy Preston with all 4 points here in the second quarter for St. John Bosco. And Daniel Hamilton will commit the reach-in foul here. Almost had himself what probably would have been another highlight reel dunk. We've already seen one jam from Daniel Hamilton tonight. We saw the alley-oop from Hamilton to Tyler Dorsey. It's quite the tandem in the backcourt for St. John Bosco this season. It's going to be a fun year for the Braves. regardless of how they finish up in Trinity League play, as Yoon's going to take a three. The lefty misses. It clanks off, and up ahead are the Braves, but Daniel Hamilton threw it too long for a streaking Billy Preston. 5th turnover for the Braves. The Sea Kings get it back here. It's kind of deceiving. The Braves are playing here against the Sea Kings at the home of the Seahawks, the Redondo Union Seahawks, who defeated Lawndale in the game just before this one. A three from McKeevy is no good on the other end for Palos Verdes, and the rebound for Billy Preston. Top of the key comes Tyler Dorsey. Dorsey, the dribble drive, he penetrates and kicks back out to Vance Jackson. Jackson top of the key, Dorsey. Dorsey down low, gets inside. Dorsey puts it up, and Dorsey can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Henderson, and Henderson with the follow-up basket is good for the junior. As we're going to have a substitution here. Jake Mungery comes into the game, replacing Connor McKeevy, who gets his first break of the night. Connor McKeevy, 5 points, 1 for 6 from the field for the Sea Kings here early. 29-9. The Braves already have themselves a 20-point lead. A three from number 33, Sean Ostrom's off the mark. Quickly come back the Braves, and Billy Preston missed the initial jam with the right hand, and here comes the Sea Kings in transition. That would have been a nice jam from Billy Preston, but the slam dunk clanked off the backboard as Will Yoon looking to drive here for the Sea Kings, and he is fouled. St. John Bosco's 4th foul of the half is Brian Enriquez is going to check in here, replacing Daniel Hamilton. No need to burn your star player's energy when you're already up by 20 points here with about 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. 29-9 our score. It's McKeevy driving in the lane, and he has his shot blocked. And Billy Preston is in transition. He jams it home with the right hand. So last time down, Billy Preston missed the slam dunk, but this time he emphatically slams it home. And with 4:52 left to go, 31-9 the Braves lead. Coach Greg Knight of the Sea Kings is going to take his second charge timeout. Boy, how about the Braves in transition today? Billy Preston, Tyler Dorsey, Daniel Hamilton, all with highlight reel slam dunks. Billy Preston now has logged 6 points in this second quarter. He's got 7 on the game. You combine that with a game-high 8 rebounds as well. Billy Preston certainly filling up the box score early for St. John Bosco. Well on his way to a double-double for the Braves. And on the other end, for the Sea Kings, they've only shot 19.4% here. They're going to have to pick that up if they want this game to not have a running clock by the fourth quarter. That's certainly what we're headed for. 31-9, St. John Bosco leads. In transition, after the Braves decide to press, are the Sea Kings. It's number 21, Jake Peterson, backing down Preston. Peterson trying to find Yoon, but he traveled. Another turnover for the Sea Kings. Their 10th. And we're still here in the second quarter. St. John Bosco certainly with the pressure here early on the defensive side of the basketball. 31-9 our score. 4.5 minutes left to go, second quarter. Dorsey brings it up for the Braves. The pass to the Hesperia transfer, Brian Enriquez. In the corner is Tyler Dorsey. Dorsey's going to take a three. Dorsey misses, but another offensive rebound. Boy, the Braves are just dominating the glass as Rodney Henderson is fouled on the way up. He's going to shoot 2 at the line. Just taking a look at the first quarter stats here. St. John Bosco out-rebounding the Sea Kings 20-11. And I'm sure that number has increased here in the second half. We'll have up-to-date stats for you, courtesy of our stat man and our basketball operations man, Burrow Lee, at the halftime break. First free throw from Rodney Henderson, the junior, is up and good. Second free throw from number 11 is good, so Rodney Henderson nails both at the line. It's 33-9. St. John Bosco not letting up or at least showing signs of letting up at all, with a big lead here of 24 in the second quarter. Another turnover from the Sea Kings. Down comes Rodney Henderson with the basketball. It's Enriquez, a wide open three in the corner. Brian missed it. Another offensive rebound. This time it's Vance Jackson. He can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound, and then he puts it back up and in. Vance Jackson now has 6 points for St. John Bosco. Quickly coming back are the Sea Kings, and Connor McKeevy, a nice up and under. He gets it to go. The Braves, though, showing no mercy. They lead 35-11 before Billy Preston travels, and that'll be the 6th turnover on the St. John Bosco Braves, as Joseph Tate and Daniel Hamilton will make their way back into the game for St. John Bosco here, replacing Vance Jackson and Billy Preston. Both have worked extremely hard for the Braves so far. Early on, 35-11 they lead. 3.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Top of the key is Blake Goldstein. He's double teamed. Pass out to McKeevy. McKeevy has 9 of the 11 points for Palos Verdes. A near turnover, and it's going to be turned over. And here comes Daniel Hamilton. Take out your cameras. And one. He lays it in. Boy, Daniel Hamilton, straight up showtime early on here against the Palos Verdes Sea Kings. Daniel Hamilton now has 14 points for the Braves, and he's at the free throw line, just about set to add another one. Not sure what the call is here, as it appears that it was a technical foul against the Sea Kings here. It might have been against the coach, Greg Knight, as the officials are confronting him on the sidelines. As Daniel Hamilton's going to get about 3 free throws, I do believe, here. He nails the first 2, so make it 39-11, St. John Bosco. Here's the 3rd free throw coming from the Yukon commit, and he nails it. So Daniel Hamilton getting 3 free throws for St. John Bosco, and St. John Bosco is going to keep the basketball here. The Sea Kings shooting themselves in the foot in a game that they already trail by 29. Many might say that this one was all but over from the start, as the lob from Dorsey to Hamilton. He can't get it with the right hand. Offensive rebound inside to Dorsey, but a foul occurred before the pass from Henderson to Dorsey. 42-11. St. John Bosco leads. 3:01 left to go, second quarter. Chris Sylvester here with you on the National Sports Station, an affiliate of Spreaker.com. It's the first game of the season for the St. John Bosco Braves, as we're going to have a timeout here, a clock malfunction. Coming up at the halftime report, we'll give you stats from this game, and we'll look ahead to this wondrous tournament here at Redondo Union High School. Of course, this is one of many tournaments that the Braves will be participating in this season. City of Palms tournament coming up in Florida in December. The Braves will also be visiting Chicago and Arizona, as Dorsey misses the front end of the 1-and-1. The ball goes out of bounds, and back come the Sea Kings with it. Going down low for Nick Ball was Jake Peterson, but he overshot him. The 13th turnover caused by St. John Bosco here. Hesperia transfer. Brian Enriquez brings it up for the Braves. He gives it to Daniel Hamilton. Hamilton in the lane, shaking and baking, and puts it in on a nice little teardrop that time. It's 42-11, St. John Bosco leads. Ball kicks it back out to number 34, Miles Colon. Colon turns it over, and here comes Tyler Dorsey. Dorsey up and puts it in with the right hand. Thought he was going to jam it there for a second, but he just floated it in. Didn't even need to jam it. An easy 2 for the junior guard. Inside go the Sea Kings, and they get an easy bucket. That time, Jake Mungery putting it in. His first 2 points for Palos Verdes. It's Enriquez with the ball in the corner. Enriquez pulls up on a jumper, and it's an air ball. Rebound for Connor McKeevy down low. A jump ball fought with McKeevy by Tyler Dorsey, and the possession arrow points the way of the Sea Kings, so they'll get it back here with 1:53 left to go in the second quarter. 44-13. St. John Bosco laying the hammer on the Palos Verdes Sea Kings here early. Not much of a crowd here as it is a neutral site. But nonetheless, St. John Bosco bringing out some of its faithful as a 3 on the way is no good from Nick Ball. Rebound to Brian Enriquez, and here come the Braves. Enriquez gets inside, puts it up with the right, but he walked. And another turnover here for St. John Bosco. If you had to have a knock on the Braves, who lead 44-13 here with 1:32 left to go in the second quarter, it's certainly been the turnover bug, which has seemed to bite the Braves here early. St. John Bosco just committed 1 turnover in the first quarter. But here in the second quarter, they've committed 5, playing a little bit sloppy, but nonetheless, they have themselves plenty of breathing room here, up 44-13 as a foul on the floor. Nick Ball was fouled, and it'll be Palos Verdes' ball out of bounds. Billy Preston back into the game for St. John Bosco, replacing Tyler Dorsey. He gets his first rest of the night as McKeevy pulls up from 19. He can't hit. The Braves have a 3-on-2. Preston in the lane. Preston puts it up off the glass and in. Billy Preston has had himself a huge second quarter. That was his 9th and 10 points here of the second quarter. 46-13. The Braves lead the Sea Kings as Preston on the other end will be called for a foul. The Braves starting to empty the bench a little bit. It'll be Gio Fernandez, Maxwell Floor, and it looks like Jesus Zesati entering the game for St. John Bosco here with 57.9 seconds left to go in the second quarter. The Braves an enormous 33-point lead, up 46-13. They do have 7 turnovers on the game, and they have committed 7 fouls, so it'll be a 1-and-1 here for Nick Ball, and he airballed the front end of the 1-and-1. Not a pretty shot that time from the forward Nick Ball of Palos Verdes. Braves will bring it back up with Brian Enriquez, and it'll be an offensive foul. Enriquez charging into number 11, Connor McKeevy that time. Not an emphatic charge as you usually see, but Enriquez taking a step into the chest of the Palos Verdes guard, and it'll be the 8th foul on St. John Bosco. Both teams have 8 fouls here. 51.2 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. All St. John Bosco, 46-13, the Braves lead. Will Yoon, the usually stellar point guard for Palos Verdes, brings it up. The Braves have held him quiet here tonight. A 3 on the way from number 11, Connor McKeevy, who's accounted for 9 of the 13 points for the Sea Kings. That one is missed, and Gio Fernandez brings it up for the Braves. Top of the key, it's Enriquez passing to Fernandez. Fernandez trying to find somebody. He'll pass it to Floor, top of the key. Floor to the corner. He finds Joseph Tate. Enriquez top of the key. Enriquez drives, spins around, shoots the jumper, and he's short. Rebound for McKeevy. McKeevy wants to run. McKeevy in transition. Passes back to Yoon. There's 8 seconds left here in the second quarter. Inside goes Ball. Ball spinning away. Can't get it. Half-court shot from Gio Fernandez is going to instead be a three-pointer from Joseph Tate, but it wouldn't have counted anyways as the buzzer sounded before Joseph Tate released the basketball. But here we are at halftime with Bosco emphatically out in front, 46-13. They lead the Sea Kings of Palos Verdes High School here on Spreaker.com's own national sports. This is our first game as part of the Bosco basketball crew. We'd like to thank Coach Derek Taylor and the basketball operations / statman Burl Lee on giving us this opportunity. We've been doing the football games all season long for St. John Bosco. Of course, St. John Bosco, the top-ranked team in the state of California as far as football goes. They do take on the Alemany Warriors in the semifinals of the Pac-5 playoffs this Friday at 7 o'clock down in Mission Hills, California. Should be a pretty good game. Alemany defeating Servite last week, 21-19. St. John Bosco defeating Tesoro 55-7 last week, showing no mercy early on in the playoffs, but it should be a good one between St. John Bosco and Alemany. Be sure to check out the broadcast right here on Spreaker.com's own national sports for the broadcast at 7 o'clock this Friday as St. John Bosco taking on the Alemany Warriors. In this game, we have Palos Verdes and St. John Bosco, and it's been all St. John Bosco in the first half, 46-13. The Braves lead it. We'll step aside here from Redondo Union High School at the Pack Shore Classic. The Braves all over the Palos Verdes Sea Kings here early. It's 46-13. Come on back for the Tam's Pizzeria halftime report. You're listening to St. John Bosco basketball on Spreaker.com's own national sports.
Your presentation of national sports is brought to you by Spreaker.com. Broadcast and listen to news, radio, and music with one low monthly rate. Your show will be right back after this word from your local stations. You can contact National Sports in a number of ways, through Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter with the label National Sports. We love to have you guys a part of our show and can easily join us also through text or call. You're listening to the National Sports radio station on Spreaker.com. America's pastime of baseball is changing as we know it into a sport we've never seen before. Where is the game headed in the next few years? Major League correspondent Cameron Sadeghi has the answer to that question next on the National Sports radio station from Los Angeles, California.
Hi, this is Sam Rosen, and I'm here with Sam's Situation.
Good afternoon and welcome into the corner. It's Chris's Corner here on Spreaker.com, a national sports affiliate.
Hello and welcome to the Cameron Sadeghi Show.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Deep Sports Talk League. This is affiliated with National Sports.
Cameron Sadeghi, Chris Sylvester, Sam Rosen, Andrew Goldstein, Daniel Levy, and the entire broadcast crew with Commissioner Robert Dieters. You are live from National Sports Radio Station in Los Angeles, California.
Back here at Redondo Union High School, it's St. John Bosco with a big lead early over the Palos Verdes Sea Kings, 46-13. The Braves lead it here at the half. Let's take a look at the halftime stats for you in the first half. St. John Bosco shooting 76.9% in the first half, 50% from two-point land, 22% from three-point land. It wasn't the most successful of halves for St. John Bosco shooting the basketball from beyond the arc, but nonetheless, St. John Bosco a huge lead, 46-13. They lead a Palos Verdes squad that they came into the game expecting to at least win, but I don't know if they expected to be up by 33 points at the half. It's been a fantastic game so far for St. John Bosco as both these teams get about set to start their shoot-arounds here before the second half of action. Chris Sylvester here with you on the National Sports Station, an affiliate of Spreaker.com. We will have the second game of this tournament tomorrow. right here at Redondo Union High School. The time of that game will be determined after the game, so make sure you follow us on Twitter at SJB Broadcast for all the updates as far as Bosco basketball and football goes. Of course, this tournament hosting teams such as Compton, Campbell Hall, Narbonne, Peninsula, Redondo Union, Mayfair, Calabasas, Pacific Hills, Lawndale, Palos Verdes, Morningside, of course, Bosco, Poly, Rolling Hills Prep, Westchester, Milliken. I mean, the list goes on. This tournament is stacked, and for every single second of St. John Bosco basketball, you want to keep it right here on Spreaker.com's own national sports. Getting back to a couple of halftime stats, Tyler Dorsey in the first half for St. John Bosco, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. He's filling up the stat sheet. You can almost say if he even gets significant minutes in the second half that he's on his way to a triple-double. Not too many times you see a triple-double at the high school level, but Tyler Dorsey certainly a very talented athlete and a very talented basketball player. He's certainly headed for the Division I ranks, whether that's at a big-time BCS school or one of those mid-major sleepers. We probably won't know until some point around his senior season, but Tyler Dorsey certainly a talent and certainly one of the key cognates for St. John Bosco's basketball squad this season. Daniel Hamilton led all scorers in the first half with 18 points. He also pulled down 5 rebounds for the Braves. Daniel Hamilton, of course, the brother of Isaac Hamilton. Isaac Hamilton, last November, just about a year ago, committed to the University of Texas El Paso to play with Coach Floyd and the Miners, but he cited the illness of his grandmother, unfortunately, and had to stay close to home. And right now he is attending UCLA, but he will not be eligible to play this season for the UCLA Bruins, but expect him to possibly be a starter next year for UCLA, as the NCAA would not approve his abiding of the letter of intent, and Isaac Hamilton will unfortunately have to sit out this entire basketball season. Certainly tough on such a good kid like Isaac Hamilton to have to be away from playing competitive ball for a year. But certainly the UCLA Bruins will have a talent for years to come with Isaac Hamilton at the forefront. So we're just about set to get it started here in the third quarter. 46-13, the Braves leading here against the Sea Kings of Palos Verdes High School. Tyler Dorsey with the basketball. The Braves start with their original starting lineup of Hamilton, Dorsey, Preston, Henderson, and Jackson. The floater from Dorsey is no good. Offensive rebound fought for by Henderson. Henderson up and under, no good. Another offensive rebound from Preston, and he stepped on the end line, so a turnover here early. A good sign for the Sea Kings if they want to make this thing look a little bit less ugly. St. John Bosco, though, here, a 33-point lead, up 46-13 over the Sea Kings. Top of the key, it's Nick Ball with the basketball. He's going to pass to McKeevy. McKeevy tries a three, and McKeevy hits it. Three-pointer for William McKeevy. Now has 12 of the 16 points for the Sea Kings. And they start off with a bucket here. Back on the other end, it's Vance Jackson laying it in with the left hand. The Braves respond 48-16. In the corner for the Sea Kings, that's Jake Peterson. Peterson has a three-pointer to his name so far here tonight. McKeevy tries another three, and McKeevy hits another three. So how about William McKeevy? 2 3-pointers here to start off the second half for the Sea Kings. On the other end, it's Dorsey driving in the lane. Full head of steam, puts it up off the glass and puts it in. 50-19, the Braves lead. The Sea Kings just can't stop Bosco on the defensive side of the ball. Three is no good from Jake Peterson. The Braves want to run. It's Hamilton trying a three, and Hamilton hits a three. Daniel Hamilton now has 21 points on the night. 53-19 for the Braves. It's McKeevy feeling it, but he doesn't even hit the rim on that one. Rebound, Daniel Hamilton. Here he goes. Pass to Dorsey. Dorsey hesitates from three. Now drives to the paint. Puts it in, and the foul. Tyler Dorsey. A spectacular performance so far here for St. John Bosco as they continue to eat up points against the Sea Kings in the transition game. Timeout here taken by the Sea Kings. That's their third. St. John Bosco up by so much here, 55-19. They have the luxury of not having to burn timeouts. 6:08 left to go, third quarter. 55-19. Boy, a blowout here in round one of this illustrious tournament. As we mentioned, the likes of Long Beach Poly, Rolling Hills Prep, Compton High School, Narbonne Peninsula, Calabasas, and more. They're all here. One of the top early season tournaments in Southern California. A lot of basketball scouts from Division I sitting with me here courtside tonight, watching this court littered with Division I prospects, mostly on St. John Bosco's side of the basketball. 55-19, the Braves lead as Tyler Dorsey completes the and one as he puts in the free throw. Dorsey now has 15 points on the night as Palos Verdes gets it in. It's McKeevy going down low for number 33, Sean Ostrom. Back to the top of the key, McKeevy. Ostrom pump fakes, goes inside. Top of the key, it's Yoon. Yoon to the corner, finds ball. Back to the top of the key, McKeevy. It's almost stolen away. Henderson with the hard pressure on defense. Passes to Yoon, 12 to shoot. Yoon gets inside, back out to Ball. A wide open look from Ostrom, and he misses short. Offensive rebound can't be taken in by McKeevy, and back come the Braves in transition. Vance Jackson tries a three. No good. It clanks off the front of the rim. Rebound fought for, and here come Palos Verdes. 2-on-1. Layup is good from Nick Ball. The assist to Will Yoon. He's been quiet as far as points go, but that's his third assist of the game. Down low goes Jackson for Billy Preston, but Preston wasn't looking. The Braves turn it over for the third time here in the third quarter as Yoon attempts a pass to William McKeevy. It's tipped away by Tyler Dorsey. 56-21 with 5:15 left to go here in the third quarter. The Braves lead the Sea Kings of Palos Verdes High School, led by Greg Knight in his fourth year. That's a three-point attempt, and the three-pointer is good from Jake Peterson. So finally, it appears that Palos Verdes is getting in a rhythm on the offensive side of the ball. Hamilton on the other end tries a three. That's no good. Rebound for the Sea Kings, and they want to run. Yoon, a wide-open McKeevy had his foot on the line. It's too much. Rebound from Daniel Hamilton, and he'll bring it up. Daniel Hamilton, the UConn commit, has 24 points here for St. John Bosco as St. John Bosco will burn their first charge timeout of the night. 4:43 left to go here in the third quarter. It's all St. John Bosco, 56-24. A long day of tournament basketball culminating tonight between St. John Bosco and Palos Verdes. A game that we expected to be dominated by the Braves, but I don't know if we expected it to be dominated this much, to the extent of a 56-24 lead. Still got about a quarter and a half of basketball remaining. Don't forget, right here on the Spreaker.com/National Sports Station, we will bring you another presentation of St. John Bosco basketball tomorrow. We will await to see who the Braves play in the second game of this Pacific Shores tournament. And of course, Friday we will have the call for you as well here in the tournament. It'll be Game 3. And don't forget to tune in to Bosco football at 7 o'clock as they take on Alemany in the Pac-5 semifinals. Out of the timeout come the Braves. It's Daniel Hamilton, top of the key. Hamilton trying to create. Hamilton's one-on-one with Nick Ball. Hamilton resets at the top of the key. Hamilton nifty moves. He passes out to Dorsey. Dorsey tries a three, and Dorsey hits. Wet ball from number one for St. John Bosco, and now he intercepts the pass on the other end. It's a 2-on-2. Hamilton, floater in the lane, no good. Rebound here for Lucas Cooper. And now all of a sudden, William McKeevy has a transition opportunity. He jacks up a three. No good. Rebound, Rodney Henderson. The Braves in transition. Down low, Dorsey fouled on the way up. He's going to have himself a couple shots at the line for St. John Bosco here. 3:49 left to go, third quarter. The Braves lead 59-24 over the Sea Kings of Redondo Union. Of Palos Verdes. We're playing here at Redondo Union High School. Tyler Dorsey at the line, shooting 2. Dorsey has only missed 1 of the 8 free throws he's taken here tonight as he drains that one. Brian Enriquez is going to come in off the bench for Daniel Hamilton. It's been a quiet first half for Brian Enriquez, the transfer from Hesperia High School out in the Valley. He does hold an offer from UC Riverside of the Big West Conference. That is a Division I school as Dorsey makes both free throws on the other end. It's another turnover, and the Braves want to run. They have a transition opportunity, 4-on-2. Henderson, a nice up and under move with the left hand. He gets it to go. 61-24, the Braves lead. 3:33 left to go here in the third quarter. McKeevy jacks up a three. That's no good. Rebound for Henderson, and the Braves are running once again. Dorsey down low. Jackson, an easy bucket. And the Braves have opened up their biggest lead, and now they steal it again. Brian Enriquez puts in 2 points. Boy, oh boy, it's been ugly all night long for Palos Verdes. 67-24, the Braves lead. Inside, a shot attempt by Sean Ostrom is no good. Rebound, Tyler Dorsey and the Braves. Here come the Braves in transition again. Corner, Vance Jackson, a wide open three. No good. Rebound, offense from Tyler Dorsey, puts it back up and in. And at this point, it's just straight up hideous as Dorsey once again almost gets another steal, but he commits the foul on number 12, Lucas Cooper. 69-24 our score here. 2:48 left to go, third quarter. The Braves committing their first foul of the half. Technical foul called against St. John Bosco here. I'm not sure who it was called on, as it's kind of hard to tell. Derek Taylor, the head coach for St. John Bosco, not here tonight. Unfortunately, I have no idea of his whereabouts as McKeevy misses the first technical shot. Second one from William McKeevy is no good. So McKeevy, who drained a couple of threes here to start the third quarter, misses both those technical shots, and the Braves hold that 69-24 advantage. 2:48 left to go in the third quarter. Rodney Henderson's going to get a break as Billy Preston and Joseph Tate check in for St. John Bosco. Tate, 0 points, but he's played hard on the defensive side for St. John Bosco off the bench here tonight. Joseph Tate, just a sophomore, so the future is bright for Derek Taylor's squad. Inside, that's number 42, Jordan Hazard, and he gets the bucket to go. 69-26, 2.5 minutes left to go. As the pass down low to Joseph Tate. Joseph Tate kicks it out to Enriquez, who kicks it out to Tyler Dorsey, a three, and Dorsey can't hit. Offensive rebound by Vance Jackson, and he is fouled on the way up. Vance will have himself a couple of free throws at the line. 2:16 left to go, third quarter. 69-26. The 10th ranked team in the nation, the St. John Bosco Braves, according to Max Prep's excellence rankings. Really putting a beat down on Coach Greg Knight's Palos Verdes Sea Kings here tonight. Vance Jackson, in his first year as a St. John Bosco Brave, nails the first of 2 free throws. Jackson, another highly touted recruit for St. John Bosco, has a couple of offers from Connecticut, UCLA, the University of Arizona. Certainly an impressive resume for Vance Jackson, who is just a sophomore, class of 2016. Jackson's going to check out here, and Jesus Zisati is going to enter the game along with Gio Fernandez for the Braves as Tyler Dorsey takes a seat. I don't know if that'll be the last we see of the Braves starters here tonight, up 71-26. And on the other end, number 24, Blake Goldstein, traveled with it. too many steps. 71-26, 2:08 left to go third quarter. The Braves take over. In for the Braves right now, Enriquez, Fernandez, Zesadi, Tate, and Billy Preston, the only starter in for the Braves at the moment. He's going to get the ball. He's posting up down low, kicks it back out to Fernandez. Fernandez in the corner, passes back out up top to Brian Enriquez. Enriquez tries a three. Enriquez hits a three. Brian Enriquez chips in his 5th bucket of the night. And St. John Bosco just adds on here as a three from the corner is an air ball from Sean Ostrom. 74-26 our score here in the third quarter. A minute 33 remaining, but Ostrom apparently was fouled on that three-point attempt, and he was shooting it from the far side of the court. I don't know if that's going to be 3 or 2 free throws from Mr. Ostrom, but I guess we're just going to have to find out. Sean Ostrom, a junior, misses the first for the Sea Kings. Ostrom has attempted 5 shots. None of them have gone in so far for the junior as he rims out the second free throw. Billy Preston takes his seat. Maxwell Floor enters the game for St. John Bosco. Floor, kind of a kid with the height and the athletic ability, but a lot of raw talent. Coach Derek Taylor certainly looking to bring out the best in number 42, the big man for St. John Bosco, who's seeing some time here. The Braves up big, 74-26. 48-point lead for St. John Bosco as Enriquez is fouled at the top of the key. Comes up a little bit gimpy here. Might have gotten hit in not the friendliest of areas. Enriquez top of the key. Passes to Gio Fernandez. Fernandez over to Zizudi. Zizudi turns it over, and now Palos Verdes has themselves a 3-on-2 in transition. Bounce pass stolen away by Fernandez, and back come the Braves. It's Enriquez, a one-on-one to the bucket, and he puts it in off the glass. 50-point lead for St. John Bosco, a minute 05 left to go third quarter. It's 76-26. Another turnover. Here goes Enriquez again. Enriquez to the bucket. No good. Offensive rebound. The putback is good, and the foul from Jesus Zesadi. And it just keeps getting uglier for Greg Knight's squad. Certainly not a bad team by any means is Palos Verdes, but they are nowhere near the level of St. John Bosco, and it's clearly showing here tonight as Zizudi misses the free throw. Rebound for Lucas Cooper, and back come the Sea Kings as the ball once again stolen away by St. John Bosco. It's becoming comical at this point, the amount of turnovers that Palos Verdes have. Down low to Floor. Floor is blocked on the other end. A nice block that time from Sean Ostrom. Back comes Palos Verdes. Underneath number 3, Tyler Moore gets his first bucket of the game on a nice little up and under move on the other end. Back to a 50-point game as number 24, Isaiah LeBlanc, the junior, has entered the game for St. John Bosco here with 26 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 78-28. All of the starters are off the floor for St. John Bosco here. It is a blowout from Redondo Union High School as Max Floor is going to pass this one out of bounds, intended for Gio Fernandez. Just the 8th turnover of the night for St. John Bosco as the Sea Kings barely get this one inbounded to Lucas Cooper before Isaiah LeBlanc commits the foul. That's the Braves' 5th foul of the half, and it'll be Sea Kings ball out of bounds. Tough night to be associated with Palos Verdes basketball, but you got to tip your cap. They keep playing hard here. Down 50 in the third quarter as a foul is committed down low. That foul on Joseph Tate. Sean Ostrom draws the foul, and it'll be Sea Kings ball out of bounds under the bucket. 78-28. A second remains here in our third quarter from Redondo Union High School. 50-point lead for the Braves as the last second shot attempt is no good from Sean Ostrom. He had a pretty good look under the bucket, but he couldn't get it to go. And after 3 quarters, the St. John Bosco Braves emphatically leading the Sea Kings of Palos Verdes 78-28. As there is a chance that we have a running clock here going during the fourth quarter. Just a minute in between quarters here at the high school basketball level. This is not anywhere near a nationally televised game, so there would be no media timeouts. High school basketball, especially when you have a blowout like this one, just flies by on you. (78-28). St. John Bosco leading as we are just about set here for the fourth quarter of action from Redondo Union High School. Billy Preston, Tyler Dorsey, Daniel Hamilton, Vance Jackson, and Rodney Henderson all back in for the Braves. So the Braves will give it another go with the starters. Up 50 against Palos Verdes. The Sea Kings out of the Bay Basketball Division. Palos Verdes not too far away here from Redondo Union High as the Sea Kings have the basketball down low. It's William Yoon trying to get something going. He floats one up, and it is no good. A rebound from Daniel Hamilton, and he fights with it down there with Jordan Hazard, but the Braves finally come away with the basketball. Corner three for Vance Jackson is passed out instead to Daniel Hamilton, who gives it back to Rodney Henderson. Henderson finds Tyler Dorsey, who drives inside. Dorsey, offensive foul. Dorsey, his second foul of the night. Great job that time from Iman Delali, drawing the offensive foul. And that'll give the ball back to the Sea Kings here. 7:19 left to go, fourth quarter. I guess Coach Knight doesn't want a running clock. The Braves already up 50. Clock will stop when the ball goes out of bounds or when there is a foul or a stoppage of play. Top of the key, it's number 34, Miles Cologne, passing back out to Will Yoon. Yoon gets inside, passes back out to Jake Mungery. Mungery has 2 points on the night for the Sea Kings. Yoon at the top of the key. One thing I really like is the ball control from William Yoon. Not the best shooter in the world, but he knows how to keep control of the basketball as an air ball is jacked up by Miles Cologne. Rebound St. John Bosco in transition. Preston down low to Preston. But he traveled as Vance Jackson would have had himself a wide open look under the basket. Third turnover of this fourth quarter from St. John Bosco. Up 50 though. Can't really complain as a shot in the lane is no good from Jordan Hazard, but he is fouled and he will go to the line for 2. 6:15 left to go here in our fourth quarter, and now we see the running clock as Jordan Hazard has his first 2 free throw attempts of the night, and he misses the first of 2. Tough rim. Tough rim here. Really tough rim. A lot of in and outs tonight for both teams on this rim to our right as this one rims out as well. Rebound for Rodney Henderson, and he is fouled as he gets the rebound. You just look around here, not too much of a crowd, but you see a lot of Division I coaches. Most notably, I saw a Cal Poly Mustangs coach in the building, a Pepperdine assistant coach, and as I'm looking towards the doors of the gym, I see UC Irvine head coach Russell Turner in the building tonight, looking at the plethora of St. John Bosco Braves players that are headed for the Division I ranks. The free throw no good from Rodney Henderson. 79-28. The Braves lead. Henderson's second free throw is up and good, so Henderson nails the second of 2 as Billy Preston committed the foul right after. That'll be the Braves' 7th foul of the half, and it'll be Iman Dalali shooting 2 at the line for Palos Verdes. It's been a very quiet night on the offensive end for Palos Verdes. St. John Bosco, a different story. They put up 80 tonight as the free throw is no good from Dalali, and back comes Daniel Hamilton and the Braves. Hamilton full steam ahead to the bucket, puts it in, and the foul. Daniel Hamilton continues to wreak his havoc tonight against the Palos Verdes Sea Kings. We're going to have a timeout here with 4:01 left to go in the first quarter. All St. John Bosco, they lead it 82-28.
Your presentation of national sports is brought to you by Spreaker.com. Broadcast and listen to news, radio, and music with one low monthly rate. Your show will be right back after this word from your local stations. You can contact national sports in a number of ways through Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter with the label National Sports. We love to have you guys a part of our show and can easily join us also through text or call. You're listening to the National Sports radio station on Spreaker.com.
Back here at Redondo Union High School, 82-28, the Braves a huge lead over the Sea Kings of Palos Verdes High School. Daniel Hamilton misses the free throw, and it goes off the hands of Tyler Dorsey, who originally had the offensive rebound. Back come the Sea Kings, a transition opportunity, but the pass from Lucas Cooper goes in between the legs of Sean Ostrom. Another turnover for Palos Verdes. 3:45 left to go here in the fourth quarter. All St. John Bosco 82-28. They lead it. Pass to Tyler Dorsey, a 3. That's off the mark. Rebound gathered in by Blake Goldstein. Up ahead, it's an easy bucket for Tyler Moore as he lays it in. A transition opportunity. And we have a timeout on the floor. Substitutions in for the Braves. All the starters come back out for St. John Bosco. A well-deserved rest for the Braves starters as they lead this one 82-32 as the bucket from Sean Ostrom is good. All the backups in for St. John Bosco, getting a chance to see the depth that this team has as Joseph Tate is in the paint, almost lost it. Double team, pass out to Fernandez. Fernandez floats one in the lane, and he puts it off the glass and good. 84-32, the Braves lead. On the other end, it's Tyler Moore trying to find himself an easy bucket, but he was fouled while attempting to pass the ball to Lucas Cooper, and it'll be a 1-and-1 situation for the Sea Kings. How about Tyler Moore? Couple of buckets here in the fourth quarter for Palos Verdes as he nails the first free throw. 84-33 now our score. The clock continues to run with the lead so big for St. John Bosco. Second free throw, no good. Offensive rebound, though, for Sean Ostrom, and a 3 from Ball is off the mark. Rebound for Gio Fernandez. Braves get it back, under 2 to go. Bosco leading by 51. A three-point attempt that time for Jesus Zasadi is no good. Offensive rebound for Max Floor. Isaiah LeBlanc traveled with it. Too many steps. And it'll be Palos Verdes basketball. LeBlanc, probably one of the shortest guys you'll see at the varsity level on the basketball court, but from looking at him and shoot around, it looks like he's got a pretty good handle on him and can shoot the basketball pretty diligently. As Ball has the ball in the corner for Palos Verdes here. Top of the key, Lucas Cooper back to Moore. Moore driving in the lane. Moore puts it up with the right hand. It's no good. A rebound for Max Floor. And it's going to go out of bounds on Palos Verdes after they attempted the steal that time from Max. It'll be Bosco ball. 1 minute left to go here in regulation. between St. John Bosco and the Sea Kings of Palos Verdes High School. In the corner is Sasudi. Passes top of the key, Fernandez. Fernandez trying to dribble around the defender, gets in the paint, and he has it ball stolen away by Nick Ball. So Nick Ball, his third steal of the game. In transition, ball down low to Ostrom, and Ostrom lays it in with the left hand. 84-35, 34 seconds left to go. The Braves have themselves a 1 second differential between shot clock and game clock. LeBlanc down low, gets inside as the ball out of bounds off of Lucas Cooper, so it'll stay here with St. John Bosco. Shot clock now turned off. It'll be interesting to see if the Braves attempt the shot here as they just get it in the backcourt to Isaiah LeBlanc. LeBlanc with 7, with 6, with 5. With 4, it's going to be Max Floor attempting a 3. Floor can't get it to go. Rebound by the Sea Kings, but the buzzer mercifully sounds here in the fourth quarter as this one mercifully over for the Palos Verdes Sea Kings as the St. John Bosco Braves off to a good start tonight. An emphatic 84-35 victory in the Pac Shores tournament here at Redondo Union High School. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at SJB Broadcast to check the broadcast time for tomorrow's game. The Braves moving into the winner's bracket here in Redondo, California. That's all we have for you tonight on the SJB Broadcast Network. It's a final. The Braves 84, the Sea Kings of Palos Verdes High School 35. Good night, everybody.